Morning everyone, and welcome to Thursday's live stroll with me, Azra. We are a bit later this morning, as promised, and because of that, only a bit later guys, so to be honest with you, just a different day, sort of weather-wise to what it was yesterday. It is, 5:36 a.m, and we are out for our morning stroll. It's about 12-13 degrees. Just going to pause for a minute guys, because she'll kick off because there's a car. Every time. About 12 to 14 degrees. It's a little bit chilly, but it's alright. Still shorts weather. I think if it sort of goes below 10, I'll have to start thinking about it, but you sort of try, or I try and keep my shorts on for as long as possible. I prefer shorts to sort of trackies or jeans, to be honest with you. But yeah, everyone's different. So, get the administration out of the way. What's everyone up to today? Is it just a normal work day, school day? You going on holiday? Are you on holiday? Where are you watching from? Time zones? All the stuff that I know, that you know we're all interested in. From my point of view today, again, another normal working day. Not a lot going on, to be honest. I like Thursdays and Fridays because they're usually calm days after work. Hope I'm not tempting fate saying that. Calm days after work. James had his little football friendly last night, which was good. There was some good moments, but obviously there were 20 players, maybe less, maybe 18 available, and as such, it was very much chopping and changing. But James did get singled out at the end as sort of a player to aspire to, because do you know what? I know he doesn't talk very much in the videos, but he is completely different on the football pitch, and I said this before. He really does put himself about. I mean, I would say in the top 5 smallest players in a 22-player squad. Maybe that's a bit unfair to him now because he has got a bit taller. Right, we've got a dog coming the other way, guys, so just bear with. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Don't get involved. Right. Sorry about that, guys. I think the other dog was making far more noise than she was, and that's unusual for her. Normally she wants to be the one. Right, as I was saying, talking about little James's football match yesterday, he plays in central defence, and he's probably one of the smaller ones, but he really puts himself about, and there was a player, I think it was their number 10. Good morning if you are just joining up, and do make sure you like, subscribe, tell us where you're watching from, always interested. But he was sizing himself up to this number 10, who was probably just under 6 foot, and James is probably 5'4", 5'5". And he was really sort of, he didn't lose a tackle at all. He did really, really well. I couldn't tell you what the score was because there were so many parents there chatting. I wasn't really paying attention too much. It was only a friendly, it didn't really matter. I saw we scored, but I don't know how many the opposition scored. So, got another friendly on Saturday, and then the real stuff starts in about 2 weekends' time after that, I think. Something like that. So yeah, thank you for the like, by the way. I saw that come through, so thank you for that. If you've been with me before, you'll know exactly where we are. This will take us into the far better lit car park, and then into the fields where I think the light will be just about right then. So we are still on the cusp of it being not okay. I have actually ordered, guys, a magnetic torch for my phone. It should be coming today, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes, because it just obviously sits on the back of the phone and it gives that little bit more light. What it'll be like, I don't know. It wasn't very expensive, so we'll see how it is. But you can see as soon as we get a little bit of light, it's perfect again. But if this light does work, it allows me to carry on doing these lives right through. But if it doesn't, as I said yesterday, unless you get a light morning like we've reasonably got this morning, although we won't see any sunrises this morning, we probably would only be able to do them at the weekend. So goodness me, did we have some weather in the UK yesterday, in the east of the UK. If you get a chance, watch the little short after you watch this video, or live, sorry, on my channel. Wow, you don't get weather like that in the UK very often. As I say, I managed to record it for a short, and yeah, it was pretty spectacular as storms go. So yeah, it was well worth the watch if you get a chance. I sort of thought to myself yesterday, these lives, I prefer doing these lives than sort of the shorts. The vlogging, obviously, I still do because I enjoy doing that as well. But the shorts, you don't get much out of them. But I kid you not, that short had about 2.2 thousand views, and I've got a couple new subscribers out of it. So it just shows if you pick your moments and what you put on, and people are interested in it, they'll watch. So I was quite pleased with that. So what is everyone doing today? As I say, it makes these lives go a lot easier and more interactively if people tell me what's happening, and then we can sort of chat. Or if you get bored of my voice, just put it on mute, because we've got some lovely walks around the village. And yeah, just watch the lovely Azra on her merry way. I say we are coming out that a bit later now, so as such, obviously we never used to see people with dogs, as you might have known if you've been with me for a while. But obviously coming out later you do see people, but that dog was particularly aggressive. I didn't even see what it was, to be honest with you. I wasn't really looking. It's difficult when you're watching her and obviously got your phone in the other hand. But to be fair, he did cross, so he must have known, because I came into the road to avoid, because I know what Azra's like. She's a bit boisterous but not vicious, and he completely went across the other side of the road. So yeah, he obviously knew. Anyway, we're coming into the fields now. Again, got some good lights here. Now I guarantee you guys, Azra will go to the toilet within about a minute of being in here, so you might be looking up at the sky for a bit. Do you know what, I think we might see a little bit of sunrise this morning, because it's clearer than I thought. We'll have a look in a minute. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you for another like. Do appreciate that. Getting a few highs from people. Thank you very much. Yeah, Azra is going to the toilet. I said within a minute. I was wrong by about 50 seconds. So you're just going to be looking up at the sky for a minute, guys, but I am still here. Azra, wait. Right, sorry about that, guys. I am here. Yeah, hi to everyone. Where am I going? This is our normal walk we do, hence the stroll with Azra. We just do a big circle around the village. Probably the amount of mileage I do over a week, I could have walked to another country, but we do quite a lot of walking, myself and the dog. I don't always record it. It's just nice to come out, have your earbuds in, forget about the world. But yeah, that is looking lovely, that sunrise over there. You can't see the sun yet, that's far too early for that. Maybe might see the beginning of it around the other side of the wooded area, so stick with it, guys. I'm getting a few comments now. Hi to everyone. Yeah, she's a good dog. And I say this probably once a week. She's a rescue dog. We've had her for about 4 years. She came from North Macedonia. She was found at the side of a road in a cardboard box. And she was in a pretty bad way. So she was sort of brought back up to health. And pet passport, all the paperwork was done. And we got her October, just under 4 years ago. So yeah, she's had a little bit of a sad start, but you wouldn't know. The only thing she hates now is still most motorised vehicles. If you were with me right at the beginning, you'd have seen a car go by. She hates it. But vans, buses, lorries, she definitely hates them. The cars she will tolerate to a degree. So clearly, yeah, she obviously didn't enjoy being where she was when she was found. She is a cross between a Labrador and a Beagle. So she's Labrador size. Azra? Let everyone see your colours. Azra, up. Right, sit. Hey, sit. Good girl. And then you can see the Beagle colours in her. There you go. Cool, good to chat with you this morning. Hopefully you just got a quick look of her colours. Do make sure we are liking and subscribing, because we do this every morning. Yeah, see you soon. Cheers. Do make sure you like and subscribe, because we are doing this every morning. The weekends walks are longer, and we do come out later, so we get far better light. During the week it's a bit harder, because I'm normally leaving for work around about sort of 7:30, so I like to have a little bit of time at home just to sort of get some chores done, have some breakfast, chill out. So I don't really want to leave much later than absolutely 6, but that's the absolute latest. I wouldn't want to leave that late to do a walk, to be honest with you. And I'm hoping this magnetic torch that we get will really help. So yeah, there's the sunrise, a bit more. It certainly looks a bit brighter on the camera than it does to the naked eye, I can assure you, but it's looking pretty beautiful there. So yes, the sun will be coming up from over the top of those trees. As I say, when we get round the other side, there's Her Majesty. When we get round the other side, we might see a bit more, because as I say, we are that bit later, but I'm not sure. Come on, Azra. You can tell it's getting colder in the mornings, guys, because it's very sort of dewy underfoot. You can certainly feel the sort of the water flicking up and what have you. So yeah, we all certainly know autumn's on the way. That's for sure. But let's not wish it upon us. Depending on where you're watching in the world. If in the southern hemisphere, you're moving into your spring, aren't you? Coming out of winter into spring. We do have people watching from all around the world, so I have to always remember that. It's really nice to speak to different people from sort of all parts of the world, and I just find it fascinating that people watch my little channel, to be honest. Right. Now, Azra did actually fall in there way before the cruise, and she was so shocked, I don't think she'll ever go anywhere near it again. I'm just doing a little tiddle there. Come on. Right, so we're going to be going into the wooded area. I'm hoping that we're still going to have enough light. If we don't, guys, we are still here. And I'll try and keep talking, but if you were with me yesterday, which I really appreciate if you were, because it was horrendous yesterday. It was pouring with rain, and we just had zero light through here. But this morning, hopefully we'll be a bit better. Good morning to everyone making some comments on the chat. Thank you very much for commenting. You know how much I enjoy speaking to people. Where are you watching from? What part of the world? As you can see, it is, I'm looking on the camera, it is a bit dark for here, but it won't last for long, guys, because we're coming into sort of some lighter bits. And as I say, once we get around the other side, it'll be absolutely fine. So stick with it. Hi to Sabrina's Nails. Thanks for joining up. Yeah, it is tough for this little section, guys, and this is where this magnetic torch, once I get it later on today, will be so beneficial, helping, lighting the way. Just hope we don't get a big shadow. We'll wait and see. Because that's what I noticed when I was wearing my beanie hat with the light. It was, you could notice a little definitive shadow, which didn't look great, but I prefer the light than not the light. I keep getting to speak to you lovely people. Then the sun will be coming up over there. We'll be down the other end there by those 3 or 4 trees there in about 5 minutes. So we are going into another sort of darker bit. As I say, do stick with it, guys. It will be worth it. Come on, Azra. Come on, good girl. We're not too bad. Yesterday through here, you couldn't see anything. And if you were with me yesterday, you'll know it was absolutely pouring with rain. And I was thankful to be in here because the canopy above us was protecting us to a degree, but didn't protect us when we come out the other side. It's quite quiet at the minute. But up there, you can just see the crash barrier, is the A10. Andrew, come up. No. Up. Don't go down there. There you go, car just whizzing past there. I say whizzing past, it's probably going about 55, 60. But yeah, thankfully, we've got decent light through here this morning. It made it so difficult doing the stroll yesterday, it really did. And I've much respect for the people that did stick with the channel yesterday, because it was tough going. It really was. Come on, Azra, good girl. So what is everyone up to today? Got enough people watching at the minute? Anyone got any plans? Just work, is it? Are you back to school? Are you on holiday? Are you going on holiday? What's everyone up to? Azra fascinated by the rocks again. So when we get to the end of here, again, I have to say this because there's new people sort of watching all the time and joining up. We will get to sort of the top of what's called the moor. And that's where the local allotments are. Julia's little allotments in there. And then we'll see Azra's horsey friends. Again, because they're in the further fields at the minute, she's not as bothered, but she used to love sort of standing by the fence, just looking at the horses when they were nearer to her. So it's such a shame they're not at the minute. And they haven't been since we've been back from the cruise. I think they obviously let the fields recover, and then they sort of swap the horses around from field to field, which is obviously a very sensible thing to do, but it doesn't help us or her. So that's a shame, but I'll certainly show you where they are. And then we get to where James used to play football before he's gone up to the next size of pitch. As I say, he had his first friendly last night. Couldn't tell you what the score was because there were so many parents sort of chatting about the summer break and what people have been doing. But James got singled out at the end as sort of the man of the match, who to aspire to, because he's probably one of the smallest in the team, but he puts himself around. He plays in defence and he really does put himself about. Hence, unfortunately, he does pick up annoying injuries, but part and parcel of it, isn't it? It's never anything that really keeps him out for any amount of time. The worst was when he broke a metatarsal and he was out for 6 weeks. That's probably the longest he's been out. But poor lad, he still hopped through and scored before we had to come off, take him to A&E. So yeah, he's a fighter. Right, so this next little bit is going to be very muddy, although it's getting trodden down now, which is better for us, where people use this. But I mean, can you imagine the kids come across this before school? Can you imagine they get to school with their shoes caked in mud? Jeez. When I had to clean my shoes yesterday, the other side of this, it is actually a path, but the farmer seems to sort of do his ploughing all the way through, and then sort of over time it gets sort of trodden down. I'm just finding a puddle to just clean the bottoms of my shoes. Right, coming in. Good girl. Right. So, and all this digging up has started yesterday, because when we came down here yesterday, which is where we have to come for James's football, Julia gave me no, she didn't really. We moaned because none of these roadworks were there yesterday morning, as you might have seen if you did stick with Alive. And yeah, it was just some traffic lights a bit further down. It's just all very inconvenient, to be honest. And I don't even know really what they're digging up for. There's no signs. It's probably electric or gas looking. I don't know, without looking. I'll soon let you know. So these are the allotments. As you can see, the sunrise is now coming up. Azra, you're not going in. But you still can't see the sun. I don't think we'll see the sun this morning, to be fair. Probably another half an hour, probably would have. But as I explained earlier on, we need to get back. Maybe at the weekend we'll do that. Looking at the time, so 6 o'clock, so go out around 6:30, we'll see it. Yeah, I can't really see what they're doing there, and as usual, no signs. You're just supposed to know what's going on. Come on. And down there we can see the red light is where the traffic lights are. Okay, so the next stage will be, we're coming up to Azra's horsey friends. Because we've got a bit better light this morning, we might see them. We had, as I said to you earlier, we had lots of rain earlier on yesterday, and we're supposed to get some more today, I think. Hopefully later on, because Julie's got a golfing day with work today, as you do. I think the weather is supposed to be a bit alright this morning. I think it's that way around. A bit grim this afternoon, which is primarily when they're going to be out, so good luck. Right, what can we see this morning? So you can see, if you can on the phone there, the horse is just over the back there. Again, I can only see 2 of them this morning, so I don't know where the third one is. Come on, Azra, let's go. Come on. Right, so we are now heading sort of back into the more sort of residential sort of areas of the village. And as I say, we're coming up to the annoying roadworks that popped up out of nowhere last night. We'll just stick to the road because no doubt the paths are going to be closed a little bit further up here. So we had to park about there last night, because what happens is the car park here on the right hand side, just the other side of that for sale board, gets shut at 8 o'clock. And so many people, not from our team, we did tell people, got stuck in there. Literally, we were walking out, and Julia, because she's such a caring soul, was sort of trying to help. But do you know what? I just said to Julia, do you know what? Let someone else deal with it. We've told people multiple times and so many times, don't park in the car park after 8 o'clock because it gets locked up, as you can see. So then someone from the football club had to come out and get the gate open so all these people could get out. And until people stop doing that, it will never change, because people just think straight away, well, someone will always come and open the gate. Well, maybe if you didn't keep doing it, it wouldn't happen. And maybe if people didn't come back and open it for them, people would realise. They're told this road is decent enough that you can park down, for sure. So, yeah, it's my moan of the morning. Right, we will carry on for another, what are we now? Yeah, carry on for another couple of minutes. We'll get up to half an hour and then we'll start to wind it down. So do feel free to leave in the comments. I'll try and respond as best I can before we go. Do make sure you like and subscribe as well. Hit that bell button so you know when we're on. There is a 95% chance we will be in Great Yarmouth on Sunday morning. It's supposed to be quite nice weather at the weekend. So we're going to go down there. We're going to go and have some breakfast in one of our favourite places, which I will do a vlog for. And then I'm going to do a live along the front. And probably we'll have the dogs with us as well. James, Julia, Mother. So yeah, we're going to do a bit of that as well. And then I want to get back for the Grand Prix, which starts at 2. Not that I'm that interested in the season now. You know, obviously with what happened with Lando last weekend, I think he's got a real uphill climb. I'll keep watching because I'm a glutton for punishment, but I think sort of 30 odd gap lead that Oscar Piastri's got now. He's just with the same car and they're both driving very well. I don't think there's a chance now. You know, if they kept trading first and second places, it would have been far more interesting to the end of the season. But now he's got that big gap. Unless something dramatic happens to Oscar, which is entirely possible, of course. I just can't see Orlando being able to turn it around, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Right, guys. Hope you have a lovely Thursday. We will reconvene tomorrow around the same time, all being well. And yes, go from there. Cheers, guys.